Did you know that the thing that steals the most joy from people over 60 isn't actually illness or bad luck? It's the quiet decisions they make every single day without even thinking about it. I'm not talking about dramatic life events or sudden tragedies. I'm talking about small, everyday choices that seem harmless in the moment but slowly drain the life right out of your golden years. If you're in your 60 seconds or 70 seconds or beyond, and you've ever looked around and thought, wait, is this really what I wanted my life to look like at this age? Then you need to hear this. Because the truth is, most people don't lose their independence or happiness because of some terrible diagnosis. They lose it because they fall into invisible traps, traps that feel normal, that feel like you're just going with the flow, but really, they're pulling you further and further away from the life you deserve. And here's what makes it even worse. Almost everyone does it. Studies show that 97% of older adults make at least one of these mistakes, and most of them never realize it until it's too late. But you're here right now, and that means you still have time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 of the most common and most damaging mistakes that older adults make, mistakes that are backed by real psychology, proven by research, and illustrated by real stories from people just like you. And by the end, you won't just know what these mistakes are. You'll know exactly how to avoid them, or, if you're already caught in one, how to get yourself out. So if you're ready to take back control, protect your independence, and live the rest of your life with strength and purpose, then stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change everything. Let's dive in. Asterisk, asterisk. Mistake number 1. Giving up control way too soon. Asterisk, asterisk. This is one of the sneakiest mistakes, because it usually starts with good intentions. Maybe you're trying to make things easier for your kids. Maybe you're tired of handling certain responsibilities. Or maybe someone convinced you that it's just simpler if they take care of things for you. So you hand over your finances, let someone else manage your home decisions, stop making choices about your own meals, your schedule, your doctor's appointments. And at first, it feels like relief, like a weight has been lifted. But here's what nobody tells you. When you stop making decisions for yourself, you don't just lose control. You start losing yourself. Your brain gets less stimulation. Your confidence begins to shrink. And before you know it, you're living like a passenger in your own life. Psychologists have a name for this. It's called learned helplessness. It happens when you stop trying to do things, not because you can't, but because you've gotten used to someone else doing them for you. And over time, your mind starts to believe that you really can't do it anymore, even when that's not true. Let me tell you about a man named Harold. He's 76 years old, and after his wife passed away, his adult children stepped in to help. They started paying his bills, ordering his groceries, picking up his prescriptions. They meant well. They loved him, and they wanted to take care of him. And Harold? He was grateful. At first it felt nice to be looked after, but within just 1 year, something changed. Harold started forgetting how to do basic things. He stopped going outside. He stopped calling friends. And one afternoon, he sat down with his daughter and said something that broke her heart. He said, "I don't even feel like a real person anymore. I feel like a piece of furniture that just gets moved around." That's what happens when you give up control too early. You don't just lose tasks. You lose your sense of purpose, your identity, your belief that you still matter. And here's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way. You can take back control, even if you've already let some of it go. Start with something small. Cook. Eat yourself a meal once a week. Pay one bill yourself. Make one phone call to schedule your own appointment. It doesn't have to be everything all at once, just something that reminds you that you're still capable, still here, still in charge of your own life. Because the moment you stop deciding for yourself is the moment you start disappearing. And you deserve better than that. Asterisk, asterisk. Mistake number 2. Cutting yourself off from people. Asterisk, asterisk. This one happens so gradually that most people don't even notice it's happening. Maybe you stop going to church or the senior center. Maybe you cancel plans more often. Maybe you tell yourself, "I just don't feel like being around people today." And that's fine once in a while. But when it becomes your default, when weeks turn into months and you realize you haven't had a real conversation with anyone, that's when isolation sets in. And isolation isn't just loneliness, it's dangerous. Loneliness has been shown to increase your risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even early death. In fact, some researchers say that chronic loneliness is as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. When you cut yourself off from others, your brain starts to shrink. Your immune system weakens, and your body goes into a kind of survival mode that wears you down from the inside out. I want to tell you about Grace. She's 72, and after her husband died, she just didn't feel like socializing anymore. She stopped going to her weekly card games, stopped attending her book club, stopped even calling her sister as much. She thought she was protecting people from her sadness. She thought she was being strong. But what really happened was she started feeling foggy, forgetting names, losing track of time, feeling sad for no clear reason. When she finally went to the doctor, he told her something surprising. He said, "Grace, your brain needs people the same way your body needs food. And here's why. Humans are social creatures. Our brains are wired for connection. When we interact with others, our bodies release chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin that make us feel good, reduce stress, and even boost our immune system. But when we're alone for too long, those chemicals stop flowing, and our mental and physical health starts to decline. Now, I'm not saying you need to be the life of the party or have a packed social calendar. You don't need dozens of friends. Just one or two real connections can make all the difference. A weekly phone call, a coffee date, a neighbor you wave to, these small interactions add up, and they keep you tethered to the world. So if you've been isolating yourself, even a little bit, I want you to try something this week. Reach out to one person. Send a text. Make a call. Show up somewhere, even if it feels awkward. Because staying connected isn't optional. It's survival. And the people who love you, they want to hear from you more than you think. If you're still with me right now, I want to say thank you for being here. And if this video is helping you, please leave a comment with the number 2, just so I know you're following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. We're here to help you live better, and your support really does mean everything to us. All right, let's keep going. Asterisk, asterisk. Mistake number 3. Stopping all physical activity. Asterisk, asterisk. This is a huge one, and it's one of the easiest traps to fall into, because when your body starts to ache or feel tired, the natural response is to rest more, to slow down, to stop moving. But here's the hard truth. The less you move, the weaker you get. And the weaker you get, the more dangerous everyday life becomes. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. I'm talking about simple movement, walking, stretching, standing up from a chair, bending down to pick something up. These are the movements that keep you independent. And when you stop doing them, your muscles shrink, your bones weaken, your balance gets worse, and suddenly a small trip or stumble can turn into a life-changing injury. Let me tell you about Walter. He's 79 years old, and he used to love his morning walks and working in his garden. But after he retired, he started skipping his walks, telling himself he was too tired or it was too cold or he'd do it tomorrow. And the garden? Well, that just felt like too much work. So he stopped. Within a year, Walter noticed his legs felt wobbly. He had trouble getting out of his chair. And one day, he tripped over his own feet in the hallway and barely caught himself. That scared him. So he finally started walking again, just 10 minutes a day around his block. And you know what? Within a few weeks, he felt stronger, steadier, more alive. He told me it was like waking up from a long sleep. Here's what a lot of people don't understand. Movement isn't just about fitness, it's about function. It keeps your heart strong, your joints flexible, your brain sharp, and your mood lifted. When you move, your body releases endorphins, which are natural chemicals that fight pain and boost happiness. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Just move every single day, even if it's just marching in place during a commercial or doing some gentle stretches in your chair. Because the moment you stop moving is the moment your body starts shutting down. And once that process starts, it's a lot harder to reverse. So don't wait. Start today. Even if it's small, even if it feels silly, just move. Asterisk, asterisk. Mistake number 4. Refusing to learn anything about technology. Asterisk, asterisk, I get it. Technology can feel overwhelming, confusing, even a little scary, especially if you didn't grow up with it. And I'm not here to tell you that you need to become a computer expert or spend all day on your phone. But here's the reality. We live in a world now where basic technology isn't just convenient, it's essential. And when you completely avoid it, you cut yourself off from things that could actually improve your life, your health, and your independence. Think about it. Doctors are doing telehealth appointments now. You can video call your grandkids. You can order groceries online, set medication reminders on your phone, and even monitor your own health with simple apps. These aren't luxuries anymore. They're tools that help you stay connected, safe, and in control. I knew a woman named Linda. She's 70, and for years she refused to use a smartphone. She said it was too complicated, that she didn't need it, that she was fine without it. But the truth was, she felt left out. Her kids would text the family group chat, and she'd miss everything. Her friends were sharing photos online, and she couldn't see them. She felt more and more disconnected. Finally, her granddaughter sat down with her one afternoon and showed her just a few basics: how to send a text, how to make a video call, how to look up the weather. And within a month, Linda's whole world had changed. She was chatting with her sister across the country. She was seeing pictures of her great-grandkids. She even started watching cooking videos on YouTube. She told me she felt like she'd been living in a fog and someone finally turned on the lights. Here's the thing. Learning new things at any age is good for your brain. It keeps your mind sharp, builds confidence, and helps fight off cognitive decline. And technology gives you endless opportunities to learn. Plus, it gives you access to help when you need it, emergency contacts, health information, even entertainment on lonely days. You don't have to master everything. Just start with one thing. Maybe it's sending a text. Maybe it's using a tablet to read books. Maybe it's learning how to use email. Ask someone to teach you. Watch a tutorial. Take your time. Because avoiding technology might feel safer, but in the long run, it makes your world smaller. And you deserve a world that's wide open. Asterisk, asterisk. Mistake number 5. Never saying no to your adult children. Asterisk, asterisk. This is a tough one because it comes from love. You want to help your kids. You want to be there for them. And of course you do, you're their parent. But here's what happens when you never set boundaries. When you always say yes, even when it costs you your time, your energy, your money, or your peace. Eventually, you stop living your own life, and you start feeling like a tool instead of a person. Let me tell you about James. He's 75, a retired engineer and a devoted father. His kids are grown, with families of their own, but they still ask him for help all the time. Can you watch the grandkids? Can you lend me some money? Can you help me move? Can you fix this? And James? He never says no, because he loves them and he wants to be useful. But after years of this, James started feeling exhausted, resentful, even a little invisible. He had no time for himself, no energy left for the things he enjoyed, and worst of all, he started feeling taken for granted. The very people he was bending over backward for didn't seem to notice how much he was sacrificing. Here's the truth. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're necessary. When you say yes to everything, you're actually saying no to yourself, your rest, your hobbies, your peace of mind, your financial security. And over time, that imbalance creates bitterness on both sides. Setting a boundary doesn't mean you don't love someone. It means you love yourself enough to protect what's yours, your time, your energy, your dignity. And honestly, when you start setting boundaries, your relationships often get healthier, because now there's mutual respect instead of one-sided giving. Psychologists say that learning to say no is one of the most important skills for older adults. It protects you from burnout, it keeps you from being used, and it teaches the people around that you still matter, that your life is still your own. So if you've been saying yes when you really want to say no, start practicing. It doesn't have to be harsh, just honest. I can't do that right now. I need to rest. That doesn't work for me. Maybe another time. These simple phrases can change your entire life, because your life is yours, and it's okay to protect it. If you're still here and you've made it this far, please drop a comment with the number 4. I'd love to know you're with me. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a video like this. We're building a community of people who want to age with strength, not regret. And your support makes all the difference. Now let's wrap this up. Asterisk, asterisk. Final thoughts. Asterisk, asterisk. So there you have it. 5 major mistakes that most older adults make without even realizing it. Giving up control too soon, isolating yourself from others, stopping all movement, refusing to use technology, and never setting boundaries with your adult children. Maybe you saw yourself in one of these, maybe you saw yourself in all of them. And that's okay, because now you know. And knowing is the first step toward change. You don't have to fix everything overnight. Just pick one thing, one small step you can take today to start reclaiming your life, your independence, your joy. Maybe it's taking back one decision. Maybe it's calling an old friend. Maybe it's taking a short walk, learning to send a text, or telling someone no for the first time in years. Whatever it is, do it, because your life isn't over. It's just entering a new chapter. And you get to decide what that chapter looks like. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us which mistake hit home the most, or what change you're going to make first. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend or family member, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content that actually makes a difference. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.